Hello everyone. So today I would like to talk about using straight line blocking to figure out complex shapes. So I'm going to go through a few different wildlife pictures here today and just demonstrate how straight line blocking will simplify figuring out the shapes that you're looking at when you're trying to put them on your paper. So I'm going to start with this peacock here. And I'm going to go ahead and use my digital pen here, but you can do this with tracing paper. You can do it on just a printout of your picture, just to figure out what the shape is that you're looking at. So I'm going to just go ahead and start. So I'm just going in and looking for any generic straight lines that I see. And this will help me figure out what the generic shape is that I'm looking at here. If I have things sticking out of the picture, like these feathers here, I can, as long as I know that they're there, I can just go ahead and continue to the next section. Just make sure later on that I will fill those in. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this up here. You can see I'm just combining the feet into one shape. All right, so if you look at the shape that I just made, you can see it's a lot simpler than the original photo that we're looking at. So if I hide the photo, the shape is pretty simple to copy. All right, if I wanted to, I can go into the shape some more and refine uh, some of the details that I see. So I can go in to where the feathers are, for example, and do the same general thing for those other shapes that I see. All right, and again, if I hide the main picture, you can see that the shape that's created becomes a lot simpler to figure out when you're transferring it to a piece of paper. All right, I'm going to hide the peacock now. We're going to go to another one. I'll do a few of these just so that you guys can see, and then hopefully you'll be able to do this on your own. All right, so for this one, I have a fox, and we're just going to go ahead and do this again. So for the fox, I'll end up with something like this, in this kind of shape. And you can use, so for example, you can see that I've got this grid behind my picture. If you look at the grid, you can break up your picture into squares and just copy the lines that intersect with the grid. That would be another option to do this. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the details of the fox with a different color again, just so that we can take a look at that. So I might end up with something like this. All right. We're going to do one more today, and hopefully this will have helped. I've got this guy here that we can take a look at. And so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. When you have this much fur, again, you can kind of just approximate what you're seeing. The main thing is just to get it on paper, but you can go back in later on and define the shapes that you see a little bit more clearly. All right, and if we go ahead and fill that in with additional shapes, we could do a line across the eye. That would be an option to figure out where the eye line is. If you're doing some symmetry down the center of the face, if that would help you, you could go ahead and follow the symmetry of the face to do that. That's also an option. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this triangle that I see with his snout, with his nose, and then got his little smile here. A couple dots for his nostrils there. And then his eyes, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of put in a location for those. All right, so if we take the photo away, we end up with something like this. Again, it doesn't look a lot like the original photo, but you will have the boundary lines and the shape will be a lot easier to duplicate than if you were trying to duplicate the picture. Hopefully this helped, and I will see you again next time.